and welcome to Not My Year Off. I'm going to be reviewing the SnuzPod 2 crib today on the blog. It's a 3-in-1 bedside crib, which means obviously you can use it in 3 different ways. The first one is using it as a standalone crib and just the bassinet on the frame and using it as is. The second way is there is a way to unzip it and attach it to your bed and use it as a bedside crib, and which is ideal for mums that have had a cesarean section or want to have it a bit easier feeding the babies in bed. And the third way is just using the top bit and using it as a bassinet, which means you can then move it around the house from upstairs to downstairs and back again. Although you shouldn't put the baby in it whilst you're moving it. So on the blog today, what I'll be doing is covering the top 5 features that I like, and then covering some of the other features that you may wish to, may or may not wish to use, and see what you think. The first feature we really liked about this crib is the fact that it's very pretty looking, but just as equally sturdy. You can make the mistake with this crib thinking that it's going to be quite a delicate thing, because there are some very pretty delicate ones out there, but you'll be surprised when you look at it. The wooden frame is really quite firm. It's got screws in it, which is quite easy to assemble together. My husband did it with an Allen key. And across the top on the longer sides, you've got 2 metal poles that keep it very rigid and give it a very firm feeling. So that I quite like that. So you've got the pole on this side and you've got the pole on this side, and that's just the mattress protector that we haven't quite opened yet. Second feature we really liked about the crib was the mesh window, which means that you don't have to keep sitting up in bed, especially if you've had a section, just to keep an eye on the baby. And you can just lie down and have a look to see if the baby's awake or having a bit of a shuffle about. And the other thing is that the fact that you can unzip the sides down, and I've just done that just to demonstrate, and I'll put some pictures on the blog of it, hopefully attached to the bed soon. And what that means is you can then zip it up when you're done and zip it back down when you want to take the baby out. The SnuzPod do recommend you keep the mesh window zipped up whenever you're not wanting to use it, as a safety precaution, which is quite a good advice really. I'm just going to zip this back up and show you the third feature that we really like. So there you've got, just to show you, the material is really quite sturdy. It's white clean, and I love the fact that it's white. And this frame is available in a number of different colours. You can get white, which looked fantastic, but this colour went really well with our bedroom, so I chose this one. And there is a grey colour and also quite a dark black colour, I think. The third feature that I really liked, and may come across a bit boring to some people, is the fact that you can adjust the height of this. So this frame here, you can lower it to the lowest one and then so forth. I'm quite small and I'm 5 foot, so lowering this is fantastic for me. And it means that I don't have to bend over so much. And again, especially if you've had a cesarean section, it's a really good thing where you're not constantly bending over or irritating your stitches or your scar or anything like that. So that's a feature I really like. And one of the ones I'm not quite sure we'll ever use, because we didn't last time with our first, is the rocking feature. We may do this time, I'm not sure, but that is a nice little feature. If you do like that kind of thing, then it's something that is included. And it doesn't, like I mentioned before, it doesn't rock by itself. You do get some cribs where you set it off, they look lovely, and then they just keep rocking and rocking and rocking, and it's not something that I've ever really liked, but it's there if you want it. So the fourth feature that we really like is this fabric shelf here. It sits right underneath and it's part of the frame. And one of the features that's different in the SnuzPod 2 as compared to the SnuzPod 1 is that this material actually comes off, and you can wash it quite easily and put it back on again, which is brilliant. And you can rock the frame and it doesn't really disturb the shelf very much, so that's quite ideal. And one of the things that I'm planning on putting in there is muslin cloths, because we tend to get through quite a lot of them, and having them to hand, especially at night time, is probably quite perfect. And the fifth feature we really like about this crib is the fact that the top does come off and detaches from the frame. So you can carry it about from upstairs to downstairs. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone who's had a cesarean straight away, but over time, once you've healed, I think it's probably fine to do. What you've got is handle on this side and a handle on this side. And then you can just lift it off and it comes up quite easily. It's not flimsy, and because there are some cribs out there that have a stand that's kind of different to the top, and they don't quite slot in and always give a slightly unstable kind of impression. This isn't like that. As you can see, it's very firm. To give you a little demonstration of the mattress, we've got this to review, but I do believe you have to buy this separately when you buy the crib. It's very thick. It's got a range of instructions on it on how to look after it. And you can also, oh, there's the slats. And you can also purchase the mattress protector, which again comes with its own instructions. I've just taken out the mattress protector just to show you what it looks like. I put it on the wrong way around, just so that you can see some of these instructions. So what you've got is a really super soft piece of material, and it's quite thick as well. And then what you do is just place it over the top, and this is how you look after it. Turn it around, and I should probably give it a good iron. There you go. And you've got the little SnuzPod logo here. That's the end of my SnuzPod review and all the things that we like about it, and I hope it's been useful. What you can see in the background is the assembly of the SnuzPod that my husband did. And on asking him, he said it took about an hour to put together and was quite straightforward. So that is it. Bye.